Rick is one of the great record producers of all time, but he's also crossed many different roads. He was there at the beginning of the emergence of hip hop, and what he did with producing and having Def Jam created a new form of business model and art. And then he decided to cross over, and which is one of his original loves, into rock music. When you can do that as successfully as he had, it's nearly impossible to do on a creative level. It's very difficult.
Has any other producer crossed over different genres like that?
I don't believe so. I don't believe anybody's done it to the extent and to the impact that Rick has. He's done many things, but that is always the one that I found the trickiest and the most unique.
And he navigated it.
How he can hear as comfortably in both genres and take the essence of the angst of both genres and communicate them and communicate to the artist making the record, because they're very different types of people. When I got into hip hop, I had no clue what I was doing. I didn't come from hip hop like Rick did. Rick was in his dorm room listening to hip hop. I wasn't. I didn't have a dorm room.
I think the reason that was the case is we were just doing it at different times. Had you been in a dorm at the time that I was in a dorm, you probably would have been doing hip hop because you liked what was good in the moment. Jimmy produced some of the great rock albums of all time, then went on to reinvent what a modern record company is and created arguably the state-of-the-art record company from the time that he started going forward. We sort of got hip-hop music started, and he took hip-hop music to levels it had never before seen and have never seen since, actually. He also created Apple Music. He also created Beats along with Dre. Incredible storied career. There'll be books written about Jimmy forever.
If not for those artists, I still live in Red Hook and probably am working down the docks. No bullshit. My father was a longshoreman. My grandfather was a longshoreman. I have nothing but respect for these people, but I knew how mercurial the label was and that I thought I could partner with them and ease the pressure between them. So I went that route. Everybody went to the artist. And, you know, Trent got, who's a very good friend of mine to today, was very pissed at me for going in that direction. But in the end, I put myself in a position where I was the only person that could resolve the issue
between the two.
Yeah, and give Trent everything he wanted and more. And
deal with the businessmen and figure out what they want.
I had to get around that, or we're all going to be in court for 20 years, you know? So I could always back out, but I just said, this has to be resolved. Or same thing happened with Death Row. Death Row, there were 4 lawsuits. I just said, I'm going to resolve these lawsuits. There's no way to make this deal without resolving the lawsuits.
And then one of his.
The record that impacted me the most and taught me the most and taught a lot of people the most and changed music. See, I'm only interested in things that change music, like flip the switch and cause something to go, oh shit, we got to go in that direction. And you hear all the producers and artists going, you know, G Thing by Dr. Dre was one of those, right? Is Walk This Way. It came natural to Rick because that's how he lived. But that record is so fucking great. The idea is great. The production is great. Everything about it brought hip hop forward, let people in rock understand hip hop. It put him on a plate that people could understand.
It's funny how Jimmy's describing it because it came out based on the way he's describing it. We had finished the Run-D.M.C album. That song was not on it. And I had a meeting with someone who was trying to sign me to come to their record company. So this is somebody wooing me. And he said, what do you attribute all of the success of hip hop? You know, we know it's not music. Now, this is someone who's being nice to me is telling me it's not music. And I realized there was a disconnect where people, not only did they not like it, they didn't even think it was music. And I thought there's a way to tell the story. It had nothing to do with thinking it was a hit, thinking it would be successful. It was more of a educational exercise that this will demonstrate not only is it music, but it's not so foreign to your ears already. This will just put it in context. That was why it happened.
By the way, it worked, Rick, because that's exactly what I just said. That was funny.
Well, what you described, it's amazing the way you described it, but that was the purpose. You guys
had never had this conversation.
No.
Wow.
No, never talked about this song ever. I'm
shocked that you picked that. I didn't think you were going to pick that.
Rick, I got to tell you something. You could start a fucking religion where you are in that fucking house with the lighting and all the. By the way, just so you know, we're here an hour and the light hasn't changed. Okay, so cut the bullshit. All right. So anyway, so you see what he's doing?
Oh yeah, he got us.
I'm sitting-
He's better than all of us.
I'm-
We all know
no
that
shit.
going in.